In Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, Jesus offers us what is effectively the antidote to worry. If you ever worry, and who among us hasn't, then I invite you to stay with me for the next few minutes as we discuss how Jesus calls us from a life of worry and anxiety to one that places our trust in Him and His saving reign and rule. Worry, it's really the heart of the matter in the context of Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. In this section of what is a part of the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus offers several familiar pictures from nature to get His point across to His disciples. He looks to the birds of the air. He points to the lilies of the field and illustrates the magnificent way that God provides even for them. Then Jesus drives the point home by saying, if He provides what's needed even for these, will He not also do the same for you? Well, of course. Following that, Jesus says in Matthew chapter 6, verse 33, but seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. So then the verse is what you might call the positive counterpart to Jesus earlier calling His disciples not to worry. In the end, it works out like this. Jesus says, do not worry. Rather, seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. This would be God's antidote to worry. But how so? Think about worry with me for a moment. Maybe even the thought of it is too much. You live with it lurking around every corner of your mind throughout the day, day after day, week after week. It hounds you. It seeks to get the best of you, overcome you. Yet, Jesus comes to you just here, just now, with words that reorient you, that turn you from worry to trust. You see, worry is replaced by trusting God and His promises. He will care for you. He will provide for you. But what does Jesus mean by seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness? Let's dive a little deeper into what Jesus means here. Seek, in this instance, is imperative. Jesus is essentially saying, truly seek, seek indeed, first seek. First could mean first in a sequence of others. But here Jesus means above all, or first to the exclusion of others. This is very much in keeping with the first commandment. There is only one God, one Lord. So too we are to seek after only one thing, the reign of God. How do we do that? Well, one, the first option that noted biblical scholars Davies and Allison offer is this. They contend, and rightly so, that the reign of God is present in Jesus. Therefore, one should make it his first concern to belong to it in the here and now and to come into His sphere of working. Second, and closely related to the first, would be this. We first have to understand reign as well as righteousness. The reign of God that Jesus has brought into the world are all the blessings that God has come to bring of forgiveness, life, and salvation in Jesus. And righteousness is referring to God's righteousness, not human righteousness. So when Jesus says in John chapter 3, verse 15, when speaking with John the Baptist, that He has come to fulfill all righteousness, He's saying the same thing there as He is here. The righteousness of God is God's saving activity in Jesus. Here's a wonderful summary then of what Jesus means. First, seek indeed the reign of God and His righteousness is simply another way of saying, receive the blessings and calling that Jesus has already brought into the world and keep looking for the consummation of that reign. Seek Jesus and what He is doing and bringing into the world. Everything else needful, He will give to you as well. So don't worry. This is what we are to seek after. And may you continue to do so as you encounter the gospel message of Christ, crucified and risen in Scripture, preached and taught in worship and in Holy Communion. That is what we seek after. God will certainly provide the rest as well. He has promised. Don't worry. That's our Thursday Theological Thought for today. I thank you so much for joining me. Christ's peace be with you.